I need to refill my Nature or Natural cartridge for my next Filament Friday project. So I figure I'd show you how it works with the XYZ Printing refill cartridge. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is open the box, see what we got. I'm just using a little poker here that I got. It's gonna make it easy to take the cartridge apart. So I'll take that off, and inside the box we have instructions, and it shows you how to do it with the new type of cartridge that has a refill or removable plug. I don't have that. So that's useless, and don't need that. A new chip. That's what you paid for. Yeah, you paid for filament, but not as much as you paid for this. So there you go. You got the filament and you got the cartridge. So this seems easy enough. Now it looks like the filament is stopped right here on the end, so I'll end up cutting that off and feeding it through. But the next step is to take the cartridge apart. So in order to do that, first you want to cut through the label on top. And I just use this to slice right through it. You could use a knife and probably get better results. And then there's a little hole right here just above where the filament comes out. And that I found works pretty good. Get something pointy in there and just start prying away. Just reach in there and pry away. And there's snaps all around this thing. Oh, this thing don't want to go. There we go. And then just work your way all the way around it on the snaps. It'll sound like it's breaking, but it's not. And here's what you want to notice when you take it apart. Try to remember which way the cartridge chip goes. There's a white line on it. You want to make sure you get the new cartridge in that same orientation. So I'm going to make sure that this is down and the white is towards the top with the bend that it's got in it. And I'll finish popping this apart. It definitely helps have something really pointy. You could use a flat screwdriver, that works too, but this thing has really worked well for me. It's a little poker thing. It comes in a 3-pack set at Radio Shack, which I don't know if you can get them anymore since Radio Shack went bankrupt, but it's for electronics, but you can find something similar. Okay, there's a pack of the silica gel, and you know what? I threw the new one out, but that was kind of used. I don't know if we're supposed to replace that. Screw it. So here's the old one, which it said was out, and which is amazing to me because I've taken quite a few of these apart and there's a lot of plastic left sometimes. This one truly was out. When it said 0, it had about a foot left. So I think I got my money's worth on that one. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. I think, oh yes it does. You gotta make it so the filament unwinds and comes up this way. So I want to take this off. I'm going to cut it off. But you really just want to set that in there. And there's a lot of play, so it goes on easy. Now I'll grab a cutter here. And I'm just going to cut this off. And pull that old piece right out of there. Now you feed it through the hole. I'm trying to film this here. You feed it through this hole at the top. And there's a little guide in there. So I got those in there. And I guess this gel pack stays over here. Seems like it should be over here, doesn't it? I don't know. So then there's the chip. And you can see when I pull the chip out, the line, the angled line was towards the top like that. So I'm going to leave it in until I get the new one. So now I got the new one out of the bag. I'm going to put the line in the same way. It just sets in there. And then you snap it back together. Just line everything up. And it should just snap right together. Make sure I get the chip in place. And then make sure it pulls out, and it pulls out easily. So there we go. Now I'm ready to put it in the printer and use this fresh roll of nature or natural filament. So that's it. A quick little project just to show you how to refill it. You'll see this running if you come back and watch Filament Friday. So that's all I got for today. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Like my channel, please subscribe. That way I know you're watching. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully Filament Friday.